Welcome to our Crypto News in 10, a daily podcast bringing you the latest news about crypto in under 10 minutes. Here's what's moving crypto this Thursday, May 21st, 2026. Fresh US sanctions explicitly name Ethereum addresses tied to Sinaloa cartel money flows. A payment-style leap on SUI as Gasless stablecoin transfers go live with institutional support. A heads-up for builders as CoinDesk data turns off its free API tier today. A busy maintenance window across core networks with Polkadot and Flow upgrades on the docket, and the Bank of England pointing to June for draft stablecoin rules as the UK races to finish a 2026 framework. Let's jump in. First up, overnight enforcement with real on-chain consequences. The US Treasury's OFAC rolled out sanctions targeting a fentanyl laundering network linked to the Sinaloa cartel, this time explicitly naming 6 Ethereum addresses. That means any US person or platform that touches those wallets could face penalties, and exchanges worldwide will be updating block lists. Treasury's move follows months of pressure to cut off crypto rails moving drug proceeds across the US-Mexico corridor. TRM Labs says 5 of the addresses map to one alleged money launderer, and Chainalysis notes this adds to a growing list of sanctioned crypto endpoints cartel operatives have used. If you're on a compliance team, today's to-do is simple but urgent. Screen deposits and withdrawals, rescan historical flows, and tighten address clustering rules. For the rest of us, expect a little dust as new sanctions data propagates across monitoring stacks. Sources include the Associated Press, TRM Labs, and Chainalysis briefings from May 20th. Second, a clean UX win for payments on SUI. The Layer 1 has launched protocol-level Gasless stablecoin transfers, peer-to-peer payments in supported stables that don't require users to hold SUI for fees. For end users, transfer fees drop to 0, while infrastructure partners pick up and optimize gas under the hood. Fireblocks is already supporting the feature, which should make enterprise integrations and consumer wallets simpler. Onboard a user with dollars only, then send programmable transfers without the usual need to hold a little native token. SUI has been angling for payment scale, touting hundreds of billions in recent stablecoin transfer volume. Gasless gives it a differentiator versus L1s where fees are still a UX hurdle. Watch for merchant pilots and remittance corridors to test this quickly. When the first experience is friction-free, repeat use tends to follow. Sources include SUI's May 20th announcement and industry coverage, including Street Insider. Third, a quick heads up for developers and quants who rely on public market feeds. CoinDesk data is retiring its free API tier effective today, May 21st, 2026. If your dashboards, bots, or investor portals call those endpoints, responses will stop unless you're on a paid plan. Beyond the immediate breakage risk, this is part of a broader shift. Market data, index methodologies, and historical constituents are increasingly behind enterprise agreements. Open-source analytics teams may need to rethink sourcing or budget for commercial feeds. If you're running community tools, check your dependency list and line up fallbacks before users ping you with broken charts. Source, CoinDesk Data Notice. Before we continue, here's a message from our sponsors.
Need elite developers fast? Elite Coders connects you with rigorously vetted senior engineers in 24 to 48 hours. Staff augmentation, dedicated teams, or full project delivery. We've got you covered. Visit elitecoders.co to get started today.
All right, let's get back to it. Fourth, under the radar but important, today's backbone maintenance. QuickNode's status board shows scheduled work across multiple networks, including a Polkadot mainnet upgrade window and Flow mainnet and testnet updates throughout the US day, plus Ethereum client bumps rolling through node fleets. App teams keep an eye on mempool behavior, finality lag, and any RPC throughput blips, especially if you batch settlements or run latency-sensitive strategies. Users may notice some choppiness or delayed confirmations during the windows, then smoother sailing if the patches land as intended. Sources, QuickNode status, and related infrastructure notices. Fifth, policy. The Bank of England signaled it will publish draft rules for systemic stablecoins in June, aiming to finalize a UK framework by year-end, timelines that matter for any issuer or fintech planning payments at scale. While details land next month, officials have emphasized financial stability and cross-border coordination, especially with the US still refining its own approach. Earlier remarks from the BOE and UK regulators flagged potential friction with US treatment, convertibility, and run risk under stress, so expect requirements around backing assets, redemptions, and operational resilience. For global players, harmonization is the prize. For traders, clearer rules often compress risk premia on compliant stables and expand bank partnerships. Sources include coverage highlighting the June draft and 2026 finish line, plus Reuters remarks from BOE leadership on stablecoin oversight and US-UK alignment. Quick market pulse before we wrap. Bitcoin is treading water near the upper $77,000 range as macro headlines and regulatory noise offset each other. Range trading continues while desks wait for the next policy catalyst or an ETF flow inflection. That's the backdrop for today's stories. Enforcement tightening, payments UX improving, infrastructure getting patched, and rulebooks nearing daylight. That's a lot in 6 minutes. Recap: US sanctions added 6 ETH addresses to the sanctions list, exchanges and wallets. Update those screens. SUI rolled out, Gasless stablecoin transfers with Fireblock support. Watch for merchant pilots. CoinDesk Data's free API sunsets today. Devs, swap your feeds. Core networks posted upgrade windows. Monitor throughput and finality. And the Bank of England aims to publish draft stablecoin rules in June, targeting a 2026 framework. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you tomorrow with the next wave. Thanks for listening, and see you tomorrow.